35,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israel, with an estimated 10,000 more missing and presumably under the rubble. 12,300 children have been killed. Innocent people are dying of preventable and curable medical conditions and dying of starvation from a man-made famine. And recently, mass graves were discovered at Nasser Hospital in Gaza, where at least 400 bodies were found, some of whom still had medical tubes in place, some were wearing scrubs, some had clear signs of torture, and some of them were children. Now, if that isn't enough to make my colleagues here elicit some sort of emotional response, let me bring this closer to home for them, since so many have continued to turn a blind eye to what is happening to our brothers and sisters overseas. We know 458 Palestinian healthcare workers who have been killed by Israel, and hundreds have been abducted and tortured. We just saw the news of a distinguished surgeon, Dr. Adnan al-Bush, who was killed after being tortured, his clothing stained with his own blood. If you were an anaesthetist in Gaza, you might have shared a theatre with him, sang along to his theatre playlist, or shared a moment of relief after saving a patient's life together. He's just like any other brilliant and dedicated surgeon here that you may work with. The only difference is he's Palestinian. This morning, Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists has invited Professor Winnegar as a keynote speaker to give a lecture on obstetric anaesthesia while women in Gaza are having caesarean sections without anaesthesia. Professor Winnegar has been vocal online about Israel's attacks on Gaza. In a next comment, she asks, "What would be the point of a new ceasefire exactly?" She also reposted the IDF's tweet saying, "Hamas operates within and hides beneath the largest hospital in Gaza." Doctors are supposed to look at facts, and the fact is that human rights organisations have found zero credible evidence that any terrorist organisation is using Gaza hospitals as bases. And even if they were, that does not justify bombing a hospital. That does not justify abducting, torturing, and murdering patients and healthcare workers. If the worst criminal in the world was hypothetically hiding in a hospital, that does not justify bombing